Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Blue Exorcist chapter 123. When we last left our heroes, the fight between Rin and Yukio really kicked off, with the Seraphim Pulse interrupting them in the middle, which kind of led to Rin's defeat, thanks to both that and the Armumahel bullets. So yeah, things did not really go too great for Rin. Also, Shima and Konako were on the sidelines kind of commenting and dealing with everything going on in the world right now, or going on in the hangar right now. So anyway, let's jump right on into Chapter 123 of One Cloth, All-Out War. And so we open with, sorry, I'm out of breath for some reason, don't know why. Anyway, we open with, I think this is still might be a bit of a flashback to when the Seraphim Pulse was first going off, as it surrounds the ship. Seraphim Pulse activation complete, decreasing internal power to 30%, shifting to idle mode, and switching to reserve power. These are the researchers in Lucifer's hospital bed, by his hospital bed. And our enemies? The enemy has disappeared. Lucifer? Yes, Aegon, and here's our good little left shark boy Aegon on the other line. I have good news. The distillation furnace system is back online. We can resume telomere extraction. Very good. Restrict power to the minimum necessary for survival, and devote the rest to the furnace. Yes, sir, as you wish. Father, your return is imminent. Didn't we see, was it Dragulescu we saw kind of sacrificing himself a couple of chapters ago, but we didn't really get any follow-up on that, in 121, I think. Is this about him, maybe? Or... because I feel like we've talked about telomere extraction before, but I don't really have any memory of it, whatsoever. Or I might somehow be getting confused with From the New Worlds again, but that would be really weird, because I've not watched that show in several years. But anyway, we then see Lightning and Izumo back with that globe thing, and we see a big flash on the globe, which I'm assuming is representing the Seraphim Pulse. Gah! And Izumo, I think it's Izumo in particular, turns to him. Lightning? Ow, that hurt. Lewin, what's wrong? My familiars got smoked. And faster than expected. What? So is that how they were tracking was that what was going on with the globe? Because as I recall, last time we checked was, they were heading to the airship, thanks to, there's, a light on that globe item, that was leading them there. And was that because of his familiars? Don't entirely remember, but I guess that makes sense. Where was I going with that? And then, yeah, with the Seraphim Pulse, they would have been, kicked out of Asaya. Anyway, the pilot calls back to them. Unidentified light source ahead. And Lightning comes up along with, I forget their names. Lucy, I think, is the smaller one, and then I forget who the big buff guy is. Lightning says, it's still far away, but that's where we're headed. It disappeared. What's going on? And Lightning just kind of chuckles. That's obvious. The party has already started. And Bond looks at them nervous. And Izumo notices, and she turns to him. Hey, what are you going to do if we have to fight that jerk Shima and Yukio? I'm going to fight them. I don't have any mercy for traitors who made my friends cry. I think that I'm going to fight them seems to be Izumo, but the speech bubble for that second line doesn't seem to be going to Izumo, so it might be Bon. I'm not entirely sure. Or no, that was looking at the next line, that was both Izumo. How rugged of you. Rugged? Not stalwart and reassuring? As for me, I haven't decided yet. And Izumo looks at him. How delicate of you. Huh? Delicate? Me? And Lightning is back over there and chuckles at him. Hey, that's a compliment. It means you're elegant and refined. You're a cool dude. Stay out of this. You're not helping. Not every decision is easy. I don't like fighting friends and family. And Izumo tells him, sure, but sometimes there's no other choice. And now we finally go back to where we left off last month, with Yukio pointing the Armumahel gun at Rin's head. And just then, something happens to Yukio. Because he's originally holding two guns, and something happens, and one of the guns gets, blasted out of his hand. And I'm reminded of something that happened last month. how every time he almost shot Rin's heart, something happened that blasted Rin away, and we never really addressed what that was about. But anyway, the gun gets blasted out of Yukio's hand. He looks shocked, and then I guess it explodes. And Yukio kind of like rolls away from the explosion, hits the wall, and Konako watches from behind the rubble. No way! We see Yukio like drops the gun, has dropped his other gun. And just then, someone in like black pants, might be Rin, I'm not entirely sure, steps between Yukio and the gun and then picks him up by, like, chokes him. You think you're stronger than me? Oh, yeah, that's Rin. Uh-oh, that's the dangerous Rin. What? So yeah, this is from, like, late Beyond the Snow, as I recall, right? It's been a while since I read Beyond the Snow. But anyway, Rin continues, "Don't make me laugh, you sniveling four-eyed nerd." Also important to note, this is the Satan font. I'm not entirely sure how that's connected, beyond, Rin's demon side coming from Satan, but we'll see. Given that though, like, Satan is trying to possess Yukio, and we have this demon side possessing Rin, there might be a connection thematically there. Anyway, Yukio just, like, glares at him. "So this is your true face, huh? It's nice to finally meet you." "Maybe so." Then Rin gets ready for, like, a big ol' flamin' punch. "But you're going to die." And then he just decks Yukio. Gwah! Oh no, wait, hold on. No, he doesn't deck Yukio. He turns around and decks himself. And Rin kind of like, Demon Rin, like, grasps his hand. Gah. What are you doing? Are you stupid? Stop messing. No! And then the human Rin comes out again and stops Demon Rin again. "He's my little brother. This hurts. Damn it." And Yukio kind of collects himself and looks back at Rin. "As I suspected, you're unstable. You're not a stable Nephilim." And then I think this is Satan in Yukio's eye. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. And Yukio turns back to Satan. "Come to think of it, you've been awfully quiet. Weren't you going to kill me?" "What? No, not anymore. I'm impressed by how my boy has grown. And you're a good playmate for him, so I'll protect you." And Yukio's kind of confused at that, as Rin's still off to the side kind of grunts. Ugh. And after a moment, he, like, collects himself. "Whew, I'm back. That was close." And Yukio's more annoyed than anything else. "I shot you 3 times, and it had no effect at all." Excuse me. "When the Coma Sword broke, it released your restraints and you powered up. But I can draw out that demon inside you." And Rin just glares back at him. "I'm surprised. Those guns are nasty. And whenever I get close, I get knocked away. So what can I do?" Which, again, like, we're having that pointed out again. I'm still not entirely sure how that's happening. Unless that's, like, as I mentioned earlier, Demon Rin, or something. I don't think I actually posited that. I just noted that when the gun went flying. Which seems to be, like, especially when it was just Rin being blown back. That's like, maybe the gun did that somehow. But then, earlier in the chapter, it was the gun that went flying. And then exploded. So, I'm not entirely sure, like, maybe it's the demon half of Rin, maybe it's Satan, because we did see earlier, in a few pages ago, Satan saying that, that he doesn't want Yukio or Rin to die now, at the moment. But anyway, "I shot you 3 times, this is Yukio, and it had no effect at all. When the Coma Sword broke, it released your restraints and you powered up. But I can draw out that demon inside you." And Rin just kind of ignores him. "Oh, no, I already did read this part. And whenever I get close, I get knocked away. So what can I do? I guess I have to get rough. I didn't want to do this, but suffer my ultimate weapon. Eyeglasses bomb!" And he just does, I guess, like, flicks a bit of demon fire at Rin's glasses. And the glasses go flying, but Yukio really quickly... Oh no, he takes out another pair and puts them back on. And Rin just, super shocked, but BOMB! Does it again, puts on more glasses. "How many of those do you have?" In that case, I'll use a forbidden technique to... And Yukio just, deadpan asks him, burn off all my clothes with my underwear? Won't work. I'll fight naked if I have to. That's determination! And then Yukio, ready to get serious again. Looks like you've run out of moves. And he readies the other gun to shoot at Rin. Grr. Nuh-uh. Not yet. And then Rin, does some kind of jump. I'm trying to quite get a read on what's going on that panel. I don't know if he's just, in midair, or if he seems to have landed on the gunfire, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, we cut back in with Shima and Konako for a second. So see? That's the Rin we know. He freaked out there for a sec, but now he's fine. And Konako just kind of, yeah. And then back to the fight. Yukio readies some more gunfire. You always attack the same way! But then Rin kind of does this jump to behind him, has one hand on his arm and the other on his back. Shut up! And then he, gets Yukio into a headlock, but Yukio just responds, I can't believe how dumb you are! And then he moves the gun to, right in front of Rin's face. But I don't have time to play around. And he, elbows Rin now? You still don't understand the situation, so I have no choice. And he, throws Rin off, and Rin kind of, picks himself up, confused. And then Yukio kind of, slinks back behind these crates. And he seems to have vanished. And Rin looks confused wondering where Yukio was gone. And he enters in this it's kind of been rearranged into maybe, a maze. That might be the next stage of the fight. Yukio, I'll explain so even you can understand. This is, Yukio. Over there, huh? And he goes to, where he hears Yukio. But he finds nothing but a whole bunch of Koltars. Koltars? Rin, the Illuminati are about to seize control of the world. Lucifer wants to bring back Satan so they can recreate the world as they see fit. And they plan to use me for Satan's resurrection. This is just a guess, but since Satan is parasitizing my eye, I bet I'll see something, and that will trigger Satan's return. So yeah, he's positing that there'll be some image that he'll see. I don't know if it'll be an actual physical object or some kind of imagined thing. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll have to wait and see. Then don't see it! Just come back with me! Good old Rin. Rin has the most simple solution to every problem, and we love him for that. Where are you? Where are you hiding? Satan's in your eye? How? And how long will it last? And Yukio just doesn't really answer the question. Satan's going to kill me and everyone I love. But you can do something about it before that happens. Rin, you're the only one who can kill me. If this keeps up, the home you finally found for yourself, and all your friends will be gone. So here we see, even amidst all of the bluster that Yukio has put on the past few chapters, he still is at least claiming to be doing this for Rin. It might be due to his long-seated issues of self-loathing, but for the moment, he's at least saying it's about Rin. Why are you hiding? Come on out! If you want to save the world, you're going to have to kill me. And Rin just, Rah! Stop hiding, get out here, and show yourself! And he lets out this whole bit of demon fire, blows up all of the crates, releases a whole bunch of Koltars. Yukio, where are you? Stop hiding, and Yukio emerges from behind a wave of Koltars. I'm right here, and he shoots at Rin. And I guess, are Koltars explosive? Because it seems to have hit one of the Koltars and just led to this huge explosion. Way larger than a single bullet should cause, unless it's hitting something explosive, like maybe a Koltar is. And Shima is I'm trying to figure out how Shima is deflecting this here. Maybe he's just sitting behind the rebel. What the? An explosion? Are the Armumahel guns that powerful? And Konako corrects him, it's a dust explosion. A dust explosion is when combustion spreads through particles in the air. Yukio used the Koltars in the cargo containers to set off a dust explosion of black flame. So yeah, it was because of just dust in general, which I'm not entirely sure how that works in real life because I am not a physicsy person. But anyway, he couldn't have prepared that, so he did it on the fly. So yeah, we see a bit of Yukio's quick thinking there, though. And we see Rin is in this huge crater, like on his back, blasted there. And Yukio walks up to him. Now do you understand, brother? You cannot defeat this sniveling four-eyed nerd. Yukio. Losing feels pretty awful, doesn't it? And he points his gun at Rin. Yukio is strong. I'm still, like, if he's trying to die, I mean, I guess he's like, I get that his largest goal is provoke Rin to the point where Rin has to kill him. But this seems, like, actually pointing the gun in his face, it seems like he's just going to kill him, right? Sorry, my Siri just turned on there. Anyway, like, this seems like he's just gonna kill Rin. That kind of defeats the point. Anyway, in Rin's head, damn it. And then his demon half comes in. If you cut loose, you'll win. No, I can't. But Yukio wants to die. No. He doesn't want to go back with you. No. He doesn't need family. No. He doesn't want help. No. Come on. I must not. But he loses. Hehehe. Ha 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 ha. That's right. And we see this whole, like, burst of blue flame erupts from Rin's body. Yukio's then flying back. Gah! Ha ha ha. And Konako just watches. Oh no. This is hilarious. Love, family, my little brother threw all that away. So why should I worry about it? This is bad. This is Konako. Also interestingly here, Rin, when we saw the demon half take over earlier, Rin was using the Satan font, right? But he is not doing that right here. I'm curious as to why. Anyway, my little brother threw all that away, so why should I worry about it? Right, Yukio? And Yukio, there you are. Sorry for holding back on you. Not anymore, though. I'm gonna show you. And he grabs Yukio by, I guess, the leg? And just, like, lifts him upside down. What it means to be truly, and he throws him to the ground, strong. Next chapter hits September 3rd. Okay. This was, it was kind of a lot, again. A lot, it wasn't a super dense chapter, it was still mostly a fighting chapter, but it was a good bit denser than last time. There's a lot of inner character work going on here that last chapter just kind of skipped over. Or, last chapter didn't get to, I mean. And largely, that's, seeing a little bit more of Yukio, which, I mean, it makes sense that they've been using Yukio for Satan's resurrection. I'm trying to remember an exact moment where they directly said that. And I think if we go back to the scene in question, where's the line? So yeah. Yukio is still guessing about the exact details of their plan, but it does fully explain why Homare last chapter was like, Shima, you have to save Yukio. If it gets too bad, you have to do something, which maybe he will do next chapter, given that Yukio is currently getting pummeled by Rin's demon half. So yeah, we'll see more of that next time. We also do get a little bit of Lucifer with again, I'm trying to remember when exactly the telomere extraction was. That might have been what they did to Toto. What killed him, as I recall. But again, I don't exactly remember because that was a long time ago. And even in a well-done flashback like SSC was, these are still the problems we get with long flashbacks. Especially in a monthly manga like Blue Exorcist. We also, though, check in with the Lightning Gang for the first time since we've been back in Of One Cloth. And they're basically doing the same thing they were doing when we left them, of heading towards the Dominus Liminis. And presumably they'll get there soon. They seem to be on their way. Maybe next time, maybe the chapter after that. We'll have to see. Osceola was the big guy. Sorry, I've forgotten his name. Yeah, I just Googled it because I'm a loser. Anyway, but the bulk of the chapter is continuing the fight between Rin and Yukio, which gets a little bit of comedy. I love the scene where Rin tries to blow up Yukio's glasses and just keeps putting on new ones. It's a little bit of comedy in a very dark and, intense chapter. And then, again, the last thing I have to bring up, I think this is the last thing I have to bring up, is the shift in fonts, which sounds like a big nerd thing to do. But, we see it when the Demon Rin pops out, gains control for a brief second, don't make me laugh, you sniveling four-eyed nerd. And then we also see it again around page 30, I think, when Rin's having the inner conflict with his demon half. But Yukio wants to die, he doesn't want to go back with you, doesn't need family, doesn't want help, come on. And then I think that's meant to symbolize, though, that, because also if you look very closely on page, I think it's 32? Yeah, on page 32, it's the full page panel of, Rin's blue flame bursting, he laughs and then says, "That's right." There's a font shift between he, ha 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 ha, and then it shifts to "That's right." And that first part seems to be in the more, the Satan font. I'm trying to compare the A's are the most obvious thing, because in that font, the top line, I'm going really deep into overanalysis here, so here we go. The A's are more like boxes, and then the middle line, like the three lines of the box in the middle line, whereas in the normal font, it's just like an angle. And "That's right" has the A in "that's" has the A as an angle, and then the ha has it as the little, three lines, and then the middle line. So maybe that means that the human Rin is no longer Rin fighting with his demon self. He's given in, and he's just gonna. The only way to stop him from killing Yukio at this point is probably Team Lightning showing up to stop him. But we won't find out about that until next month, because we leave with him starting his beatdown on Yukio. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!